guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. My name is Chantal and this is my channel, Sink Me Out of Debt. In case you are new here, this is my channel where I go over a digital form of cash envelope system or sinking funds, hence the name of my channel. And I'm taking you along in my journey to becoming debt free. If you are new to my channel, you may want to go and watch my previous videos because there is a lot of information there. You can get to know me. There's not really many of them because I only post currently once a week on Fridays. Today is a brand new day and a brand new start to things. And for those who've been watching my channel, you're probably going, what do you mean? Well, today we're reorganizing things a bit because since I started this journey, many things have changed. So I do still have my cash envelopes. This is my representation of me paying off debt as well as putting aside money digitally for other things. But I have to switch things up. Ooh, these are, ugh. I have said before, this room gets very hot. The hell is on my hands? That adhesive is gross. Okay, sorry about that. You probably are noticing a big jump cut there. The adhesive on these labels is very sticky and, not gonna lie, a bit slimy and gross. So, yeah. Let me grab, I don't have anything like cleaning or anything products around me, so just gonna do the best I can to lift the edge and remove the sticker using Kleenex, because I don't know what's going on here, but gross. So if you get these systems and if you live in a hot area or have the unfortunate circumstance of having a rather warm room like I do, be prepared because those stickers get gross. Okay, let me see, what's this one? Car insurance stays. I don't have to worry about that right now. So for now, because I am reorganizing and starting everything from scratch, let me take out the money out of these envelopes and put them back in their appropriate piles. I have said a few times, but in case, especially in case that you may be new, this is not real money. This is play money or movie money, purposefully, because everything I'm doing is digital. This is just a physical representation of what I'm doing. And this is especially a handy trick for anyone who may be doing things in a digital format, because I don't know about other people, but sometimes I have a hard time thinking of money that you spend out of your bank account, money that you put on cards and things of that nature as real money, because it's not physical, it's not cash. So in a way, doing this tricks my brain into saying, you've actually spent this cash and it's real money. So let's take this seriously. So in my previous videos, I have spoken about my debt, how much I owe, as well as what the APR is on my credit cards, due dates, all of that kind of thing. And during this process, my process for paying things off has changed, primarily because I noticed the annual percentage rates, and that changed how I'm paying things off. So I'm just prepping stickers. It'll all make sense in a minute, just bear with me. And yes, I am in fact color coding things for the credit cards. So from the beginning of my journey, I started off with 7 credit cards. One of them has been fully paid off. I was originally using the primary method of the Snowball method, where you work from your lowest balance credit card to your highest balance credit card to gradually add more and more money to the higher cards to pay them off faster. But one thing a lot of proponents of the Snowball method don't go over is they're just looking at the credit card balance. They are not looking at the APR. And APR can have a monumental effect on how much money you're actually spending to pay these cards off. A card that I was initially planning on keeping, I am no longer going to be keeping because it is my highest interest rate card at 29.99%. Actually, let me write that in pen because it's probably not coming through very well with pencil. And I'm gonna write the day that it's due each month. Okay? I had originally written the balance, but that doesn't make sense because the balance will change. The next card is the 17th of each month, and its annual percentage rate is 25.24%. The next card, I believe, is due the 2nd of each month. If not the 2nd, it's the 3rd. 2 cards I have, one is one day, one is the other day. It's one of these dates. This card is 24.99% plus an annual fee of $59 that gets charged in December. The next card you will see it takes a rather sudden drop is 22.90%. This card is due to the 9th of each month. This next card is 21.99%, and this is due the last day of each month, so either the 28th, the 30th, or the 31st. And the last card is 20.24% plus a $59 annual fee that's processed in March. And this one is due either the 2nd or the 3rd, but I do believe it's the 3rd. I'll double check at some point. But I now have them organized based on annual percentage rate, because when I sat and did the math, and I will link the video, not only how I calculated things, but how you can use my process to calculate your own, I noticed that I could save a substantial amount of money if I paid off the higher interest rate cards first over my lower interest rate cards. And I know that may sound counterintuitive, but this card and this card have a very similar credit line. This card is actually my lowest credit line and actually the card with the lowest amount, but its percentage rate is 5% better. These have higher amounts on them, but their interest rates are a lot better. And as time goes, I will definitely be putting more on these cards as well to pay them off faster. So I'm still using the Snowball method, but in a little bit of a different way. For those who have been following my channel up to this point, you've seen some of this already. And this paper will look familiar to you. This is where I track my payments by paycheck or income. So I do have a second channel that is monetized. I do believe I will be receiving a small check on September 21st, but I'm not adding that into these funds because I am going on a road trip at the end of this month and I'm going to save up that money for that road trip. So that's why you don't see it applied here, even though I'm fairly certain I know what the amount is. I went through before starting this video. I am paid bi-weekly. I always know what my paycheck is, give or take a penny. And right now we are going to look at this credit card. This credit card, which I don't think, no, it wasn't my last video, it was the video before that. I paid about half of it off with my last paycheck. So this paycheck, I am paying it off in full. So I'm going to add in the $1,000. Okay, there's $1,000. And I'm gonna do the $1,000 that I'm doing in this paycheck, $1,011, to account for any interest that may be accrued. My balance on this card is technically $1,006.32, but I'm rounding it up for sake of any additional that may show up. And this card, by the time you're watching this, will be completely paid off. So let's look at that and be very happy. This next card, because I am putting so much down on that card, I'm only going to do $100 on this card. But technically, I'm going to put $175 in here because I paid extra down on this card previously. So I want the amount of money that's in here to match the available credit of each card. This next card, I'm not making a payment on this time, but I'm updating these envelopes. So I want to make sure that everything matches. 20 and 30. This is the available credit line I have on this card. This card, I'm not making a payment on it, and I don't have an available balance on it as of right now. This is now goals. This card, my phone is currently financed on it. And technically, I do have available credit on it, but it's kind of sort of being held captive because eventually my card will be charged for my phone. But I'm still going to add in the $778 that's technically not used, because even though it's being held captive, this makes me feel better. And the last card, I'm going to put in $100 available balance. I'm rounding up or down as necessary. This is the card, unfortunately, in my last video I said don't fall for something because it's a trap. I've been having a hard time mentally, and I do encourage everybody to go watch my very first video. It will explain a lot. I deal with depression, anxiety. I also have a project I'm working on because my best friend is getting married next month, and I'm going to be making something very special for her. And unfortunately, the things that I needed to make it were rather expensive. So unfortunately, this card did get racked up quite significantly, but with time, that will be fixed. These other envelopes I'm going to forego for now, although for car maintenance, I will keep this $70 in here because gas money, and I unfortunately am going to have to do emissions testing soon. So yeah, the other envelopes are not being touched at the moment, but this is me updating how I'm doing this, giving progress, and I am so happy and so proud that I will have my second credit card fully paid off and not being touched and just available balance. I'm not going to close it yet because I want to pay off these higher amount cards first before I go ahead and close this card, but I figure it doesn't hurt to just leave it sitting there without me using it very much. Like if I get gas or anything on it, just to help your credit look good, because credit card companies and credit bureaus are looking for people using the cards but at low balances and paying it off right away. It looks really good on for your credit score. Ideally, you can split up your credit card payment each month into 2 payments, split them up. Do the first one like right after you get paid, do the second one like 3 days before the credit card is actually due. And it tricks the credit card companies and the credit bureau into thinking that you made 2 payments when technically you only made 1. It was just split in half, but it looks really good. So that is where I'm at right now, and I will go over the actual payments now. As I've mentioned, I get paid bi-weekly, and I always pretty much know what my paycheck is going to look like, give or take a penny or two. On average for my other YouTube channel, I've been being paid about every other month because YouTube requires you have a certain amount of money that you've made before they actually give it to you. And it just has been working out that it's like every other month I've been meeting that goal. So let's look at where things are right now and the impact of these payments. So right off the bat, this last payment, I'm actually paying the day before the statement releases. So it will look like I made 2 payments on this card before the statement clears. That will look really good to credit card companies. It'll look really good to the credit bureaus. And this card will be finally paid off. This card, I'm paying off $100, which it doesn't sound like much, but it adds up in time. Now, technically, that will result in an $1,825.54 balance. But now I'm going to determine what my interest will be on this card for the next statement. So I take my balance, I multiply it times 0.2524, and I get, we'll say, $460.77. Always round up to the next dollar or the next penny, because you will then be overestimating the interest and having a better gauge of what it will likely look like. So 460.77 divided by 12 equals $38.40. Okay, so now we take that 1825.54 plus 38.40, and we get a new balance of 1863.94. And we will see after this statement clears if my math is accurate. So far, I'm not gonna lie, it's been being pretty dead on the money. This is the next credit card I'm working at paying off, and then I will be doing this card. This card is paid off in September. This card, my goal is to have it paid off in October. And I believe this will be paid off at the end of October. My goal overall is to be out of debt by January 1st, 2022. Now we'll see if I make that. Obviously, I've racked up more debt here than I had before, so whether or not I will be able to keep with that goal or it gets pushed a little bit further out, we will see. Who knows? I could win the lottery at some point and then this won't be an issue, but you know, a girl can dream, a girl can hope. Let me hold on to something. But this is the next card in line to be paid off. So I'm going to end this here for today. Give you guys an update regarding my money situation. I give you an update regarding my process and everything of that nature. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a great week ahead of you. And I will see you next time. Okay?